Good evening, my dear Bosconians and alumni of in the Salesian family. I am Father Abet Caballero. I was a former Salesian and a graduate of Don Bosco, Cebu. During the time, our school was called Don Bosco Technical High School, DBTHS. I wasn't able to reach the Don Bosco Boys Town before, but during our time, that was the name of the school, DBTHS. And I graduated in the year 1977 in Don Bosco, and until I actually, during the time, I entered the seminary when I was second year after the Christmas, sometime January. And from the time on, I finished my high school, and also from Don Bosco in Punta, the seminary was transferred to Don Bosco Missionary Seminary in Lawaan, Talisay, Cebu. And I'm just so thankful that I learned so many things from the Salesians, where I got my vocation. I was inspired by the Salesian priests and brothers who were playing with us during the time. And I became a Salesian, professed Salesian, and I got ordained in the year 1990 together with Father Lan and Father Cesar Manlosa, and of course with Father the former Father Luis Badilla, who passed away. At any rate, I am here, though as I have said, I'm a former Salesian. I left the year 2002, but I was still lingering around until I entered here to the Diocese of Caloocan, and I got incardinated 4 years ago in 2016. And I'm here as parish priest of St. Joseph the Workman Parish at the 4th Avenue, Caloocan City. I'm here to share with you some little things before we sleep tonight. And when there in Don Bosco, there's always that famous saying in our badge, ARDUA non timeo. No, we used to pronounce it ARDUA non timeo, or ARDUA non timeo, means I do not fear hardships. Fear. We have so many fears in life. Some people are afraid of the dark. Some people are afraid of the water. Some people are afraid of facing people. Some people are afraid of facing responsibilities. Or perhaps during this pandemic, lots of people have their own fears. And we know, I got it from the Facebook, there are two meanings of fear. No? First meaning is forget everything and run. And that's really the common thing that we do. When we forget everything that we learn from Don Bosco, and we don't want to face responsibilities. We want to forget everything that we learn from our faith, that even in the darkness, when we are alone, we are afraid, and we are always afraid of the multo or the ghosts o sa mga kalag, whatever it is. And because of that fear, it enters into our mind. We create it in our mind, and the hairs in our skin, they stand up, and that's the time that we forget everything and run. That's one choice of fear. But there's another meaning of fear, no? Meaning we face everything and rise. Face everything and rise. Or perhaps face everything and recover. Yeah. This is what we learn. ARDUA non timeo. I do not fear hardships. That should be. No matter what kind of hardships they are, whether there are struggles in life, struggles, difficulties in finding work, and in our studies, like for example now, most of those Bosconians are still studying our life will be totally different, not in the new normal, but we call it abnormal situations, because instead of learning inside the classroom, everything is online education. And some, they might be doing it modular. It's totally different when we experience it in the face-to-face experience in the classroom setting. But nevertheless, no, it's kind of difficult because everything will be, we have to adjust to the different kind of situation. Some people thinking about that, they're just afraid. First, because we don't have the complete strong Wi-Fi or the internet, and most often, especially when the internet is hanging up, that's the most difficult thing. Instead of doing your work, we get fed up and get discouraged. That's the time that we forget everything and run. But rather, at this moment, in this pandemic crisis, we face everything and rise. We can truly rise together. Rise because we have learned so many things from Don Bosco. We have learned so many things from our experiences in the Don Bosco school. Our faith in God as taught to us by the Salesians, and our faith learning from Don Bosco himself, and our devotion to Mama Mary. These are things, if we truly live it out, are opportunities for us to face everything. Face rather than run, no? Or rather than forget. We face. ARDUA non timeo. We face whatever hardships, and we rise and truly say that I have struggled and being triumphant, being victorious in the midst of the pandemic, in the midst of COVID-19. I will not run away from my faith. I will not run away from hardships. I will not run away from struggles. But rather, we face everything and rise, or face everything and recover. Sometimes we might be contaminated, whatever, with this COVID-19. There's always a struggle to recover. We remember what we learned in Don Bosco. We don't run away from hardships. We don't run away from even death. We face everything so we could recover. We get healed even if we are contaminated. My nephew Charles Caballero there in the Michigan, no, he got contaminated. The whole family, my brother, his dad, and my sister-in-law, his mom, three of them, they got contaminated of positive of COVID-19. But because of that faith, our faith, so they face everything and rise, and finally they face everything and recover. The three of them, they recovered from the COVID-19. So it's not impossible to whatever kinds of ardua, whether hardships in work, hardships in family responsibilities, hardships in the career, hardships in the relationships, hardships in facing the future. There are kinds of hardships. But no matter what kind, we try to face everything and recover. Yes, there are two choices, two forms of fear. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise, or face everything and recover. That's your choice. It's our choice. What kind of choice should we make? I hope that before we sleep tonight, we ask Mama Mary and the intercession of St. John Bosco and St. Dominic Savio that to help us in these moments, in this period of pandemic, that we will not run away, but rather we face everything and recover. And at the end, we will be victorious and successful. Of course, with the help of God and our own way of participating, so that we can really fulfill our duties and fulfill the will and the plan of God for us. And that's the only way I could encourage you all. And this is Father Abet Caballero saying to you, good night, everybody. Bye.
It's to know and love and serve the Lord.